My spoiled son ruined Christmas. I wish I never gave birth to him. I'm a mother of 3 beautiful and smart children. After giving birth to my first child, I immediately regretted my decision. I realized I was not fit to be a mother and did not love my child as a mother should. My husband, a couple of years after the first, convinced me to have another. I was at first extremely hesitant and did not want other children, but I decided that maybe this was a way to fix things and give my other child a chance to have a sibling. That, of course, didn't work. My husband loves kids, and because we come from a culture that sees the more children, the better, I gave in once again and had my third. I realized more children didn't really change that much for me. I was already a mother after my first and my life was already ruined back then. Now, I don't want anyone to think that I am a bad mother. I am a great mother and fight to hide my depression every day. That is one of the reasons I went all out this Christmas. I had suddenly gotten a flash of energy that I decided I wanted to use this Christmas. My husband, loving my change in attitude and spending time with family, was all game on having a huge Christmas family party, which included our parents, our siblings, and all our children. We were a lot of people and most slept in our house on Christmas Eve. There were a lot of presents under the tree because of that. On Christmas morning I woke up earlier than the others to prepare breakfast, and I looked inside the living room and just screamed, completely breaking down crying. All of the presents had been opened, the boxes were opened, and the presents were scattered everywhere. I completely lost it and that woke up the others. When the children saw, they started crying too. They had all been so excited for the many presents this year. The adults were in shock. Well, if you wonder who the culprit was, we quickly figured out that it was my youngest. He literally went downstairs with one of his open presents. They have recently entered a super defiant and curious age, and I know I can't blame them, but God, I hate them for what they did. I'm sorry, but I do. My husband's parents started lecturing me on how I should have been raising my child to not even think about doing things like that. My parents started arguing with my husband's parents. My children were screaming and crying, asking me, "Mommy, will we not have presents?" and stuff like that. My youngest was just looking at the scene innocently, and though they didn't know, it made me extremely mad. I just lost it. I walked out of the house with my purse and my pajamas and just drove away. I went to a hotel and just stayed there for a couple of days in shock, trying to process my feelings toward my children and just bawling my eyes out. I probably traumatized them. The whole time my husband and family had been blowing up my phone, scolding me for just leaving, but if I hadn't left to cool down, I don't know what I had done. I eventually went back home. The children seemed fine. Apparently, my husband had just handed them their open presents, and that took their minds off things. The rest of the family helped create a somewhat Christmas for all the children. I do feel bad for leaving. I feel like my kids are gonna hate me for it when they grow up. My husband still resents me too. He said I failed as a mother and that he never thought I would do something like that to the kids or him. Maybe I overreacted, I just don't know, something triggered inside of me. I don't think it was just because of the presents, this was about my whole motherhood. My family told me that someday I will be able to look back on this and laugh, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I can't even look at my youngest right now. Thanks for watching.